Today I have 3 years, 1 month, and 16 days of recovery. This is something that I honestly never thought I would be able to achieve. I have been able to build my recovery on a solid foundation of support, education, and a program of principles. I have struggled with addiction since I was 15 and have gone through treatment facilities, have found other programs, meetings, and worked the 12-step programs multiple times with counselors and therapists as well. Addiction is not a problem for just the addict. Addiction affects everybody involved. Addiction affects the families, the friends, the community, and the children. Children are taken away. Families are up all night worrying. Financially, people are affected. There's abuse, there's trauma, there's a lot of things that get affected by this. So it's not just the addict that hurts in this situation. With that being said, facing recovery can't be done alone either. The addict needs support to be able to really find that recovery. They will be facing themselves for the first time in a very long time when they enter a program, a treatment program, a recovery program, a 12-step program, whatever it is. This will be something that they haven't done. They've been numbing themselves and they don't know what to do with themselves. They don't know how to love themselves, and that's where the family steps in. The family needs to love them when they can't love themselves. Having a family involved helps them to build and grow with healthy boundaries as well. A family needs to learn how to prevent enabling and avoid codependent behaviors too. It's easy to try to just pick up the addict and try to save them, but that's not what support is about. Support is pushing them to work on themselves. The program and the journey of recovery is long and daunting, it can seem. It is a difficult program. There are different programs available, there are hotlines, there are meetings. The best programs that I have found and noticed have been the ones that are person-based, which means that you don't just go into it thinking you're going to go 60 days and you're done. You go into it and it is built on your personal needs. So maybe you need to go in and something happens and you need to stay a bit longer, or you need to focus on something else in your life for a while you're in there and really weed some problems out. In these programs, you begin to form attachments and find connections. You build a recovery family, and that is very important. That is all about that support network as well. Mental health is a coexisting disease with addiction, so you really need to reach out to a therapist to be able to address the trauma and find that education as to how to combat your mental health and your addiction together. Plus, that therapist is yet another line of support for you. Long-term recovery is possible, and those who have it, they have it because they work a daily program of recovery. In recovery, we celebrate milestones. Milestones are 30, 60, 90 days, 6 months, 9 months, 1 year, 18 months, and then every year after that. We don't do this just simply to collect something and say, yay. No, we do this because it helps the addict to form confidence in themselves, to get up, to be able to say, hey, this is what I'm doing right in my program. Maybe they don't realize that they've been doing something amazingly right, and so somebody else stands up and says, hey, I see you doing these things, keep doing it because you're doing a really good job. And when you're early in recovery, you haven't heard those words in a very long time, so it feels good, and you need that. You need to be able to build that confidence in yourself to keep working that program and keep going. The average length in NA is 11 and a half years about, and they have found that statistic at like conventions and functions like that. That's where they found it. Sponsorship is another way to build long-term recovery. Sponsorship is where you find someone of the same sex and that person has more than a year clean, and you work the program with them. You reach out to them when you're struggling, and you reach out to them even when you're having a good day, because addiction can affect you when you're happy and when you're sad. So it doesn't really matter. Addiction's always there, ready to jump. And it's also a way to work the 12th step, which is giving back what has been freely given to yourself. So you're just working your program. My counselor, Deb Hayes, gave me this to say, the success that recovery has over addiction is determination, reaching my highest potential and living life with purpose. Recovery comes from growth and development through practicing a spiritual journey. Deb has been through the ringer, and she has 14 years in recovery. She is admired by many. She really shows what long-term recovery looks like. Recovery is an everyday program, and it is possible with meetings, with sponsorship, with support, with education, all of that. Anyone is susceptible to addiction, and everyone is capable of recovering. You don't have to be trapped in the darkness. You just don't. Addiction is a disease of the mind, affects the whole family, not just one person. So it takes that whole family to help you recover. Anybody can do it. You don't have to be alone. You're never alone. Never again. Thank you.